I've been at this for 30 years, performing and singing in bands. And I do believe God orders your steps. It's my time now. I think I am prepared. Something that I'm ready for. I've lived life, a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. My thing is, I'm just trying to bring back that sound of the that 70s and that 80s and 90s. Even the late 60s with Motown and songs where you listen to the lyrics and it mattered what you say. People can understand what you're saying. So it's amazing that the UK picked up on it, and I was told I'm not a good enough singer or my songs ain't going to work here in the United States. I like to keep things practical and simple. I don't want to make things complicated. We are more the same than we are different. We go through heartache. We go through happy times. We go through sad times. If you listen to music, like if you hear a song that you haven't heard in years, as soon as you hear it, it's going to take you back to a time where you can remember exactly what was going on. You can remember things you said. You can remember smells, but you can't remember like what happened last week. So music is just so powerful, and I want to be part of that. My voice, like I don't have the best voice in the world, and I don't do a lot of fancy things with my voice, but what you're going to get from me and people tell me is they like the tone of my voice. And I'm just now realizing that I've heard it for years, but I didn't understand what that meant until you start listening to people. When you listen to their music recorded and then you listen to them live, you're like, wait, something doesn't sound right. It sounds different. So for me, when I'm in the studio, since I'm an independent artist, I don't have a manager. I don't have a promotional person. I'm my only team. I just take all the information that I can get. I listen to people. I research. I am realizing that nobody's going to help you or believe in you until you help yourself or believe in yourself. Lyrics are so important. You could go to you ever go to a concert or watch a concert on TV and it's American artist and they're in a totally different country where people don't even speak English, probably can't even understand it, but they understand the song. It's so powerful. The tone of my voice, I just want it to be heard, and to reach you, and for it to tell a story and to inspire you and not to give up, because I'm still doing it, and age ain't nothing but a number, because music, it lives on. I understand, I don't have the money behind me. I don't have a big record company or these labels or people controlling me or telling me what to do. Of course, there's ups and downs, pros and cons to that. I'd have a better promotional team. More of the world would know me. But on a different aspect, I want people to recognize me authentically and organically. I don't want anything to be fake about it, and I don't want to lose my creative control, or no, you don't, you need to sing like this, or telling me what I need to do, but that's not me. So I said, you know what? It's not my time. I write all my lyrics, and I know what sounds right and what doesn't. And I'm not just making words fit into the song. It has to make sense. Early 70s. So I grew up when Motown, is going into the 70s. And my older brothers and sisters, we had a record player, vinyl albums. I remember listening to all Motown, listening to, of course, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, all those groups. In the 70s, I had, the Emotions, Blue Magic. Then you got Phyllis Hyman, the Ohio Players, the OJs, Atlantic Star. Now I'm going to the 80s, but Shalimar, just so many. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Whitney Houston. Then Luther comes in. Then, Babyface and the Deal. So I implement everything from those artists into my music now. I want to make the songs updated, but to have that quality that we grew up on. You want to be able to go to a concert and listen to the artist and not have to worry about them trying to recreate every sound that they did in the studio. That's why when you go to concerts, people leave and they're disappointed because you don't sound like, the radio. Of course, you're not going to sound exactly like it, but your voice better come quite close. I'm in control of that when I go to the studio, because I'm not going to be looking crazy out there when I sing live, and I'm not trying to do things that I can't do. I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist. not in anything. I try to do the best that I can do. I want it to be real. It's not going to be perfect. When I'm singing my songs, it's not perfect because we're not perfect. And I don't want to put out a product I want it to be quality. She puts out a quality product. But to be perfect, I don't think I'm a perfectionist. I just want things to be up to par, up to par. I'm not going to put out any trash. I'm just going to stay true to myself. I think it makes you more relatable to your audience. Now, what will happen is when I sing my song in the studio, if I cannot get that line, I'm going to keep going until I can get it as good as possible. So you're not listening to a whole song that's auto-tuned or it's not my voice, because I'm not going to have that with me like right now. I can't like change it. So not a perfectionist, but you're going to get good quality. Again, I'm my own promoter. Right now, I'm the best person that could get anything rolling for me right now. I don't want to put someone in place to do things that I'm doing 24 hours a day. I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly creating. And if I put someone in charge of access to my social media accounts, checking my emails, it's somebody you really have to trust. I don't want to miss an opportunity. If anyone's going to drop the ball on any interviews or any concerts or anything that I'm going to do, it's going to be me at this point. That's all I can do right now. And I think it's going really well. Success to me is this right here. Anything that happens beyond this or beyond me performing in the United Kingdom and then them wanting me to come back and to go to different countries, that's success to me. This is what it's about, though. Of course, people want that fame, but what's the price of that? It'll all come in time, and I don't want to rush anything. It's been 30 years, and anything that happens beyond here, again, it is just totally a blessing for me. I knew I wanted to be something that had to do with lyrics or poetry. That's what I liked. First started learning to read the albums. They used to have all the credits on there. Some albums had all the lyrics. I can remember Earth, Wind, and Fire, the albums, or Stevie Wonder's albums that would open up almost like a book, and you would have all the credits in there. And at that time, I knew had something to do with music or to be a singer. And then by, high school, I knew I wanted to pursue a career in singing, and I've been doing it ever since. So I'm just happy about that. I'm listening to the radio shows and the DJs talking about me. I'm like, they're talking about me, and they say things not knowing whether I'm listening or not. Sometimes they'll tag me on a show that they may have recorded. When I wrote the songs, I also did research on music placement, song placement, the order of how the songs go. You don't want to put very deep, profound song. You don't want to have that song and then go into a club song. You want to slowly bring, that person out of that deep thought into another song. But it's what I've worked for. I didn't take any shortcuts doing this, and it's amazing. My hard work is paying off.